Miljrej and the Banjwagon. Thomas was sorely missed since he'd left to run his branch line. "Can you stay?" the big engines would ask whenever he spent the night in their shed. They had more work to do without him. They couldn't wait in the shed until it was time and find their coaches ready at the platform. They had to go fetch their own. Edward didn't mind, but Gordon, Eunice, James, Henry, and Miljrej hated it. "We get no rest," they all complained as they clanked about in the yard. Warrington, Joris, Dicky, and Tamara ignored them, but Beetle, Pine, Mongongo, and Brazil would laugh as they watched the big engines grumble from their siding. "You're lazy and slack," they would say. None of the big engines ever bothered with these four. One day, Miljrej was to take her passenger train all the way to the connecting station on the mainland. When she arrived, she was uncoupled and puffed crossly off to the turntable. But her mood soon changed. When she turned around, she found an advance coach was being shunted to the rear of her train. "The circus is coming!" she shouted excitedly. And as she made her return journey, she whistled happily at each station she stopped at. "The circus is coming to the island," she said as people took stacks of adverts from the advance coach and pasted them on the notice boards. Soon the whole island knew about the circus, and the big engines quite forgot to feel tired and cross. When the circus did arrive, the train was hauled and shunted by an engine from the other railway. He left with the brake van soon after. The coaches, flatbeds, and stock vans were parked in sidings near the big station. As my engines puffed in and out, they watched with interest and excitement as the tents, stalls, and animals were unloaded. Kathy was hired to help unload the flatbeds. When it was time for the circus to leave, Gordon, Eunice, Henry, and James were cross all over again. They were dreadfully jealous of Miljrej, who was chosen to take the train away. Miljrej brought the coaches to the platform, then the flatbeds, and then the stock vans. "There's one more truck," said the guard, who was wearing a false red nose. He pointed to a flatbed in a nearby siding. It had a bandwagon loaded on it. "Oh dear, I've missed one," said Miljrej. No, we want that one behind you," said the guard. "It's for advertising. Go and fetch it and see for yourself." Miljrej did so. At first it appeared to be full of musicians holding instruments. Then she saw that they were only mannequins. "There's a calliope inside that wagon," said Kathy, who was parked nearby. "It'll play music as you take the train along." Miljrej brought the bandwagon to the station and completed the train. The guard turned on the calliope. A jolly tune sounded. Miljrej smiled as the guard blew his whistle, and she pulled the circus train away. She could see Gordon and James nearby, watching her enviously. She tried not to make too much noise as she made her way along the main line. She didn't want to drown out the music. She blew her whistle at crossings and tunnels, trying to keep time with the melody. A bus on a nearby road honked as the circus train overtook. "What a grand sight this must be," she said happily. "What a way to advertise." At the workstation, Miljrej stopped to take on water. The bus rolled up, and some people filed out. "There she is," grinned the bus. "Still showering those poor musicians with soot." Miljrej looked back and gasped. The bandwagon, the mannequins, and the instruments strapped to their hands and faces were peppered. The bus tooted and left. "They're only stuffed," shouted Miljrej. The bus just rumbled away, giving no reply. The debussed people were left to stare at Miljrej and her soot-covered, passengers. At the station on the other railway, the guard came up to Miljrej. "It seems this wasn't a good idea after all," he admitted. "Please take the bandwagon off the train." But as Miljrej was shunting the flatbed into a siding out of the way, another engine came along and backed onto the circus train. "That's mine!" squeaked Miljrej. No one took any notice. The special train was taken away, and Miljrej was turned around and driven back home. She fumed all the way.